Get to college athletics, got a story to tell. Coach Wilson on the mic, making dreams swell. From 7 miles in the D to athletes worldwide, talking journeys, struggles, hustle, and pride. Get to college athletics, yeah, you be making it known. Every journey, every climb, they're never alone. Coach Wilson in the chair, straight from Detroit streets, bringing that 7-mile fire, no defeat. He's got athletes talking about the.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Get to College Athletics podcast. Today, we are here with
Payton Rollins.
Payton. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I know you're busy. You're in the middle of the season, so we really appreciate you taking the time to come speak to us. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So you are a 2027, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you play basketball.
Yes.
All right. Can you tell everybody where you're from?
I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay. Are you born and raised there?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a big Tennessee Volunteer fan?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Okay. All right. Well, the football team did make the playoffs this year, so that was pretty good. So that's a good thing. All right. So let's start off. How did you play any other sports besides basketball growing up?
Yes. So up until my freshman year, I played softball. And up until I was probably 12, I played travel softball as well. But then freshman year, I decided to just focus on basketball.
Okay. Now, was that a decision did you speak about that with your coaches? Did they say, "Hey, Peyton, we think you can really be good at basketball if you concentrated on it full time," or is that something that you decided on your own?
I decided it on my own. It was just based on like time and with AAU kind of conflicting with softball schedule. So I just decided to just focus on basketball on my
Okay. All right. What position did you play in softball? Were you really good at softball as well?
own. Yes, I played center field. I kind of played all over a little bit. Towards the end of the softball career, I played center field, but when I was younger, I played shortstop and a little bit of catcher. But at the end, I played center field mostly. You're
Did
good.
do you miss playing softball now or no?
Sometimes I do because of the connections I had during it, and it was just a fun like getaway. But also, I love basketball, so it's nice to just be able to have my head in basketball.
Okay, sounds good. So you play AAU as well as, for your high school team?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to ask about because I always found it fascinating the AAU versus high school basketball, and not necessarily speaking about the coaching or anything like that of which program you like better, but as a player, are you more comfortable playing AAU to where you get to play multiple games a day, or do you like the high school where you play one game, win or lose, and then you got to go back to the drawing board, watch some film, and prepare for the next opponent? Which more do you like the best?
I like different things about both of them. I definitely think that high school sports can be more competitive because you have your district and you have the people that you play with like yearly. But AAU, I do like that you have multiple games a day because it's just solid basketball for like the weekend or the day. So I definitely like that part of AAU.
Okay. Now, are you playing your age or are you playing up? How does the AAU work for you?
So all my life I've played up, but this year I am playing my age.
Okay.
Um, yeah, in the E40 league.
Okay. Now, I just want to know, are these your updated stats for this season that I have? Is it 22 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, that's your updated stats. Okay. So, I mean, you're filling the stat sheet up on the nightly basis, clearly. So are you seeing double teams, face guards, boxing ones, or are you seeing those kind of junk defenses to try to get you out of the game?
Yes, we have seen those so far this year.
Or you have, is that like, would you say it's like a nightly basis, or is it just, every now and then? Are they trying to eliminate you from the game early? Kind of talk about that a little bit.
I would say every now and then, some of the more competitive teams and the better teams have just ran a straight up man, but I would say every now and then I do see those defenses on me.
Okay. And so does that affect your basketball training, would you say? Because you may, see a double team or you might see a face guard. Does that affect your training or you kind of just train one specific way?
I think that it does in a way. Like I train the pressure that I do get when on the double team in the box and one. But in the other side of it, I also just go and play like my game. Like I don't try to let it affect me. Like if someone's in my face, I still just try to get open or just play how I know how to play.
Okay. No, I totally understand that. And so just going to this for 1 second here. Um, we also saw that you're a Miss Basketball candidate, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm not too familiar in Tennessee. Are there a lot of underclassmen in the past that that have won this award?
No, not many.
Okay, so when did you find out that you were a candidate for Miss Basketball?
A couple days ago.
Oh, just a couple days ago, recently.
Yes.
Okay, so did they release like a top five? Did they release like a top 10, or how did that work?
So right now there's just a bunch of candidates that coaches have thrown out there, and then soon that they'll release a three finalists for the division.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that. We hope you definitely that's a pretty prestigious award in any state. So we'll be pulling for you for that. That's for sure.
Thank you.
And so when you are playing in the high school, so what type of system, are you guys running on offense?
Um, I would say we mainly spread it or run like a horn set because we do have 2 6-foot posts as well. And so sometimes we look to run off of screens or just spread it and let me kind of ISO or one-on-one the girl in
Right.
front of me.
Right. Yeah, I definitely have seen your clips before. So I know you're a combo guard, but which position and why do you feel more comfortable? You feel you like being off the ball better, or do you like controlling the tempo and pace at the PG spot?
I think I definitely like the point guard position well. Um, I can definitely run off the ball, off of screens, but I like having the ball in my hands and being able to control the play and control the people on the court, and just being able to, like you said, control the tempo of the game.
Right. So um, after at the beginning of your junior year, obviously the recruiting is going to pick up for you. Um, so what are you looking for during the recruiting process when you start looking for a college home?
I definitely think I'm just looking for a coach who can just put me in their system as I'm playing now, or like allow me to adjust and just make it feel like home. I'm really open to anywhere. I'm just worried about fit and where I feel most at home.
Right. No, no, absolutely. What about location? Do you want to stay close to Knoxville, or it just doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter right now. I'm open to anywhere. Like I said, like I'm just really open to like making it feel like home for me. So whether that's however far away that is, just as long as it feels like I'm welcome there.
Right. So, and I should have asked this at the beginning. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a little brother.
Okay. Okay. Because, because I know right now you probably see him every day. And, when you go off to college, that will obviously change. So that's why I always like to ask, about the location. And so do you watch college basketball as well? Do you watch it right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, because I always think that's a good thing to, see what the next level, looks like and the plays they're running and the intensity of the game, and the tempo of the game. Now, do you play against a lot of the other top players in Tennessee because I know people look at the rankings and they say, okay, this person is ranked this high and, we're going against them tonight. Have you played against a lot of the top players around Tennessee?
Uh, I've played against some of them. Our division, we don't have many of the top teams, but we did just get done playing Heritage, which is a top team. They're ranked number one in the state right now. And they have 2 college basketball players on their team. One's going to NTSU, and then the other one's going to Carson Newman.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I've noticed that there is the girls basketball in Tennessee. It seems to it seems to be doing really well. It's a lot of good players that I've been seeing, on social media coming out of Tennessee. So I'm assuming that the coaching is really good in Tennessee. So I think that's pretty good.
Yes.
So are you excited to really your recruiting process to turn up, next year when you become a junior? Are you excited to really start to talk to coaches and, get those evaluations and know what they think about you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And what would you say is the most exciting part about the recruiting process that you're looking forward to?
I would say just getting to explore the different places and just figuring out what's best for me and just seeing the different programs and how they work and the systems and the programs so I can just figure out what I'll fit into the best or who has the most interest in me and just getting to explore the different people and the programs.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So, can you talk to once, we're going to close it up here soon, but can you talk to everyone about your training schedule outside of practice? I mean, I know you probably obviously practice from anywhere to 2 to 4 hours a day, but what are you doing outside to make sure you keep your game sharp?
Yes, so on my own, I normally have like a training with my trainer like once a week close to it. And then sometimes I have morning shooting in the morning, so I'll get to the school at 7 a.m. and I'll shoot until school starts. And then after practice, me and my dad normally work on like individual stuff that I need to get better on for the next game or that I didn't do as well in the game before. And that's really sometimes we'll do weights after practice as well. Or on the weekends, like off days, we'll work weights into the season because it's kind of hard to get those in during season.
Right.
But that's kind of what it looks like.
Okay. So when you're training, when do you try to add something new to your game where you say, okay, I'm just going to use it as an example. I want my floater to be better. When do you try to add different counters and techniques to your game?
I would say probably off season is the biggest time for that, like where I'm constantly training and trying to add new. During season, I'm probably going game to game and figuring out what I did best and what I needed to work on, and then going from there, trying to just work on those. But I would say off season is the main time when I'm adding new moves to the game.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So to the people that are, once again, that are going through the recruiting process, whether they're older or younger, we always like to close it out with some kind of advice um, from the person that we're interviewing. So if you have any advice to other athletes, overcoming adversity or whatever it may be to help them be more successful, please let us know.
I would definitely say just trust God. Like you're on your own path and don't get distracted by the people around you and what offers they're getting or how it's going for them in their recruiting process. Just trust that you'll get those too and just be patient in it.
Episode 5 is now in the books. I want to take this time to thank Peyton for coming on the podcast, especially during basketball season when we know that she's super busy. Thanks a lot, Peyton. We really do appreciate it. And we also want to take this time to reiterate that Peyton is getting consideration for Miss Basketball in the state of Tennessee just as a sophomore. So that just goes to show how much work she's put into her game. Once again, thank you for listening to episode 5. And this episode is brought to you by Flatline Digital. Their information will be in the show notes. We really appreciate everyone listening, and we hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot.
Get to college athletics, got a story to tell. Coach Wilson on the mic, making dreams swell. From 7 miles in the D to athletes worldwide, talking journeys, struggles, hustle, and pride. Get to college athletics, yeah, we making it known. Every journey, every climb, they're never alone. Coach Wilson in the chair, straight from Detroit streets, bringing that 7 mile fire, no defeat.